guys, welcome to home group, especially anybody who's here for the first time. We're really glad you're here, and we kind of have a unique night. So to introduce it, Katie's going to start us off.
Yeah, so we are going to have a night of panels. And what that is that you're going to have 3 or so of your leaders answering the questions that you guys all wrote down the past couple weeks in your home groups. So it's going to be really great, a great time to talk about the questions, and yeah, we're going to have panels. It's going to be a little bit different for your home group, but I think it'll be really great.
Now, just in case this is your first time here, this is actually the last week in a series we're doing on sex and relationships. So this is kind of an awkward topic, but as Katie said, all throughout our whole series, you guys have been turning in questions. In fact, we have, I think, hundreds of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions.
We're just going to be talking about a few of them tonight through these panels. Now, I'm going to answer why are we doing this? Because this topic is kind of awkward, and especially if you're kind of new, or maybe your parents made you come here tonight. So why are we doing this? Well, we think that at this age, actually, is one of the most important ages to talk about sex and relationships, because everything's kind of going haywire in your bodies and your brains and in all of who you are. And that's actually an awesome thing. And so we want to create a place that's really safe and open, and just by guys and girls to talk about the questions we often have, but sometimes we don't even feel like we can ask anywhere. So we want to ask about them and have an open and honest conversation here during home groups.
Right, because it's important to learn from older leaders and to see what they've gone through, because you can learn a lot from what other people have gone through, and they're people that you know well because you've been coming to home group for a while now and you have a relationship with them. So I'm really excited to see what will happen from that. I always enjoy when we do panels because it's just a good time to be able to talk about some deeper things and some weird things. So, so how this is going to work is that you'll have 3 or so of your leaders up towards the front. Maybe they'll be sitting on chairs, or maybe just on the floor, or on the fireplace. I don't know. Fireplace. And one of the leaders will read a question that one of you guys wrote, and a couple of the leaders will answer it. Maybe 1 or 2 of them will answer the question. They'll try to be short. They might babble on for a while, but we'll cut them off to answer some of the questions. But if while they're talking, they don't address something that maybe you were thinking about, or if you had a follow-up question to that, instead of raising your hand or just shouting out the question, there's going to be paper around your room that you can write down the question and then turn it in, and the leaders will be looking at these questions as the panel's going on, and they'll try to answer some of those questions. I don't think they'll be able to get to all of them, but definitely try to get to some of them.
So maybe just to kind of help give an illustration, we'll kind of role play here for a second. So let's pretend that Katie's on the panel and she's giving a long answer, and so maybe you could just mouth like you're talking or something like that. And I'm one of the students, I'm one of you guys, and I'm like, I don't understand what Katie's talking about. I have a question. Instead of being like, ooh, 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 which some of you are like, especially you 6th grade girls, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to grab a piece of paper and I'm going to write out my question, and then I'm going to hold it up in the air, and one of the leaders will come around and grab it and bring it up to Katie, and then, oh, that's great.
It's a good
keep talking
follow-up
about
question.
it. Totally.
Let me answer it, yeah.
Yeah, that way also those of you guys who don't like talking in groups, this can give you a chance to talk, because all you have to do is write, and you can, it's anonymous even.
Yeah.
I do have one other thing to add. This is specifically to those of you who are helping the conversation keep going. So your job is to make sure that, like I just said, the conversation keeps going. So if a leader on the panel is talking too long, cut him off. Probably no more than like 1 to 1.5 minutes per answer. And for every question, this is to the panel, you guys don't all have to answer. So probably the best thing is to have about 1 to 2 people answer the question per question. That way you get more perspectives as well as more questions, and it makes the whole event more interesting.
Right. Now, we're not going to be able to answer all the questions that you guys wrote down because you wrote down so many of them. So if you have more questions or something that you wanted to know about didn't get addressed, you can talk to your leaders after the panel is over. You can talk to them. Maybe you'll be in your 4 to 1s for a little while, or maybe just during the snack at the end you can talk to them or continue the conversation later. And so that'll be a good time for you guys to connect and to talk about your specific situation.
And let me maybe close with this, unless Katie has something else to add. Really, our goal tonight, our whole point of doing this again, is to help you guys understand a Christ-centered view of what sex and sexuality is about. Because God's created sex, it's a good thing, but it comes with all kinds of questions and complexities. And so again, we want this to be a safe place to talk about all those different things, whether it's sex or relationships or all the stuff in between. And we hope that you leave with a little bit of a better understanding. And the leaders, they all have their own stories to share, and they don't have all the answers, and that's okay. But their goal, again, is to help give you guys a more biblical and better understanding of God's plan for sex and relationships. So,
yeah, that's good. Good job, John.
Thank you. So have a great night tonight. We're so glad you guys are here, and so glad that you're talking about this hard and awkward, but really interesting issue. All right.
Well, have fun.
See you later.